Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Tony.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm John.
And this is the Game Misconduct Podcast, episode number 49, coming at you live through the power of the internet. Shout out to Boogie 2988.
Yep.
Have you seen him recently?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing well. He's lost like 93 pounds and counting. He got gastric. Do you know who Boogie is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's great. If you ever just want to see a genuine dude talk about video games for 20 minutes at a time, just follow him. I mean, he weighed like 500 plus pounds and got gastric recently, and he's down to like 440. So he's gonna be super skinny here.
Yeah, he will.
In probably about a year. But it's good. He was not doing so hot, and Liz and I always talk. We're like, there might be a chance that one day Boogie might not be with us anymore here pretty soon, and then he got that surgery, so it's going good.
He probably felt the same way, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I reference him, because he always goes, what's up, everybody? I'm Boogie 298 coming at you live through the power of the internet. That's why I did that. So shout out to you, Boogie. I don't know why I felt like doing that this time around, but I'm all over the place.
You were on Tony's heart this morning.
You are. And you and Destiny and my fiance, because I have to add her in for good measure.
And John.
And John. And Brandon, when he touched my leg. But anyways, today we have the John News coming at you hot, baby. Hot. And we got Brando.
You want to know how hot?
How hot? Oh. can't touch it. We got Brando's top 10 Tuesday.
Top tizzle.
I'm so excited about this. And then we are going to talk about Extra Life to round out the podcast, because that is coming up and we have ignored it. So we're going to do a planning on the podcast. Well, no, we're just gonna,
to be fair, Brandon hasn't, but everybody's been busy.
Yeah, Brandon's been really trying to get us together, but we're like, Destiny's out, Brandon, Destiny.
It comes out Wednesday, dumbass. Oh, yeah, okay, guys.
He's like, hey, guys, you want to sit down? I was like, dude, don't you ever
I misstepped
do
on
that
one.
on Destiny Day again. My obsession's almost over. I'm at 277, light power, whatever you want to call it. Where are you at?
260 something.
260. Have you done your Nightfalls?
Mm-mm.
You want to do them at some point? I can do them tomorrow with you if you want.
Sure.
I'll help you out. And Brandon's been playing, but I don't think he's had as much time as us. He's got a newborn at the house, so it's kind of hard for you to break away. But he knows the obsession.
I do. The session was real with Destiny.
Yeah, and mine's wearing off, so we'll be able to talk to Extra Life soon.
Yeah.
I'm ready. We can have a meeting whenever you're ready. Just let me know.
I'm itching to get back in, but I've got to take care of priorities.
It's understandable.
Make the wife mad.
I mean, I'm fortunate because Liz's schedule just flip flops, and like she won't be here for like 3 hours on a time. I'm like, okay, well that's what I'm gonna do for 3 hours. I like maximize my time. I'm just like, I'm gonna eat dinner at 3:00 so I can go home and just strip off my clothes and just jump in my chair and guardian up, baby.
Butt naked.
But there's no clothes. You should come to my house and see.
Butt naked.
Yeah, so we're going to talk Extra Life because we haven't got to up to this point. But John, I'm going to hand it over to you so you can take it away with the John News. I'm going to go grab my water.
Microsoft is designing a system that will allow for faster downloads and will use less hard drive space. They're calling it, it's kind of up in the air, but Digital Foundry, the people that spec the Xbox One X a while ago, they kind of dropped this story, and they're kind of giving it the title of Intelligent Delivery System. So whenever you will download a game on your Xbox, you can choose what modes you want to put in. So you can take modes off of a game. So if you don't play as much single player on your Call of Duty, you can take single player completely off.
That's kind of cool.
And they're also doing it with language-based things. Like a lot of sports games have multiple languages that
you can opt out of.
Right, so you can opt out of what languages you want. They're kind of doing it because some of the Xbox downloads are super large without. What
was Destiny? 64 gigs or something
Destiny
like that?
Was 64. Halo 5 I think is the largest game, and it's 97 gigs. God. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's without the 4K assets that they're going to add on when that game gets 4K.
I keep forgetting that's going to add even more.
So, and that's also another thing that they're doing. If you are an Xbox One or Xbox One S member or user, and you don't have an Xbox One X and you can't utilize 4K, you can take the 4K assets off of the download
Interesting.
for future games.
I'm trying to think if my Pro has that. I don't feel like they have a built. I don't remember seeing at least downloads for 4K. I guess I haven't paid enough attention. I've just assumed that it's there. But
Yeah.
even Chris touched on that last week that you'd have to download that stuff.
Because there was an article a couple of months ago. Everybody kind of freaked out about. And they were like, if you have an Xbox One and you get, if you download a game that's going to have 4K assets, you had to download that whether or not you like them. So
that's kind of cool though. I'd like to be able to separate.
It's kind of an interesting system. I'm kind of worried. Not really worried, but just kind of wondering how they're going to take out certain game modes. That's a proposed proponent of this. It'd be kind of weird. You only downloading a 13 gig Call of Duty for multiplayer.
I guess they're going to treat it as like a plug-in, and so you can modulize what gets added to the script and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And so that portion just won't be available. So you just multiplayer is the only thing you've got.
Yeah.
I'd like that feature if like I finished a single player and I had no intentions of going back, but I want like with Titanfall, I 100% the single player, but I wanted to keep playing the multiplayer. I'd be able to be like, okay, well I can delete the single player now, free up some space, but all I'm going to be doing is multiplayer. So
right,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's
I
an
like
interesting concept. I think Microsoft is kind of blurring the line between console and computer. And
oh yeah, big time. That's what they want.
We reported a while ago that there was an Okami HD kind of rumor in the air. It has been confirmed. Okami HD will arrive for PS4, Xbox One, and Steam on December 12th. PS Pro and Xbox One editions will have 4K assets with it, along with computer people, and price will be $20 US dollars. I did not play the original. Anybody?
Okami?
Yeah.
No, I never did. It came out towards the end of that console generation. I was pretty heavy on. I think it was PlayStation 2 it came out on, right? And then I was pretty heavy on 360. So, and Shadow of the Colossus at the same time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That's a good game.
It looks interesting though.
Yeah, no, I'd like to play it.
I'd like to play it.
I wish they put it on the Switch. I think it'd be a good Switch game.
I don't know if they will or not. There's talks of it, but you never know.
Yeah, Switch news this week.
I do.
Okay.
You got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they had a big direct. I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah, they did. They had a pretty nice direct. We'll get
Sorry,
to that
didn't mean to
in a
steal
little
your
bit.
thunder.
No, you're good. So Okami HD, it's a thing. Whether or not we'll play it, we don't know. Most likely we will.
I'll check it out.
The NES classics are returning to shelves next year.
Oh, yay.
They did say that there's no details at this time, but Nintendo will let us know at a later time when you'll be able to pick up the NES classics.
That's strange that they decided to come back because they were very adamant that, oh, no, it's not coming.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just sell mine now.
Yeah.
Get the money for it.
So
It's sitting over in a box over there.
Yeah.
You know, people there.
They are bringing it back. And they also did say that the SNES classics will have at least one more shipment towards the end of September. September 29th is
That's the one I want.
Is their day that they're kind of doing this one last ditch effort. But if they follow the same rules as the NES classic, next summer they'll come out with more.
Yay!
Which I don't know why you wouldn't. Demand's high for them. Everybody wants one. Nintendo just does this.
Might be why they're kind of backing off the whole idea of having a virtual console.
Could be
Because they could see how successful they could be selling those console units.
Which I don't like.
Yeah, I don't
because
either.
I don't want 18 different pieces of hardware next to
especially with those cords
TV.
that are like 2 inches long.
Yeah.
Gotta be right next to your TV.
If that's your thing, they're coming.
They sure
Bring
are.
it in.
That's awesome. No,
Yeah,
I want an SNES Classic, and I hope I can get my hands on one. But odds are, if I can't, then I'll get one at some point. I'm not gonna spend $150 for one. I'm not that desperate.
Yeah, not at all. This is some interesting news on the PlayStation front. Bruce Staley, co-director of Last of Us and Uncharted 4, has announced his departure from Naughty Dog.
Yeah, he was there for like 18 or 19 years, right?
He was. He stated he has no current announcements about his future, except he does plan to continue his journey into creative processing. Staley began at Naughty Dog in 1990s, working as a texture artist on Crash Team Racing, and was the company's 15th employee at the time.
Oh wow, that's wow. Jeez, that's a long time. It must have just gotten stale. I feel.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been struggling. You recently had that announcement of BioWare with what's his name stepping down, but that's because of like I feel like the downfall of the Mass Effect series there.
Yeah.
Like somebody had to go.
Pressure
But
was on.
Naughty Dog hasn't had a failure in forever, so he must be like, I just need to do something else. I'm tired of working on Uncharted and Last of Us.
Yeah.
So I get it. Sometimes you want to do bigger, better things. That or somebody showed him some more money. That's always a possibility too.
Could be.
That's very
Microsoft's like, we need an exclusive. Come over here, Sony boy.
our bank account's bigger.
Yes, exactly.
Whatever you're making, we'll triple it.
Yeah, we'll see here shortly.
See ya. Probably we'll do some more creative stuff in the future, but no announcements at this time.
Yeah, he's probably filthy rich too.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
But as games that I have yet to play, do have a PlayStation now.
You too.
Yay.
Gotta jump on that Naughty Dog fan
I will.
train, fan bus, whatever you want to call it.
I've been kind of
Fan wagon ban.
It's kind of not been my PlayStation for a while. My wife's kind
Oh
of
yeah, she's been
taking
hitting
that
it
over.
hard. Kingdom Hearts still. She finished one. Really? Oh, good for her. She's trying to 100% it, isn't she?
well as much as she can.
She's got a little bit of you in her, doesn't she?
Well,
You're Mr. 100%.
I told her stuff about it, and she was like, "I have to get them all. I have to get everything." She wants all the keyblades, all the items, everything.
All the Dalmatians.
Yep, she's
Really?
already got them.
Oh no! What? Oh my God!
She's
I didn't even do that. I just went and watched it on extended play.
She's destroyed that game, and it's really
Yeah.
funny. She's done a lot of it. I've only done like 3 things.
Oh, so you're playing it too?
Not
Oh,
really.
you're just helping her from time to time.
I beat one. I beat the Ice Titan in the arena. I did another.
Oh, the
arena
Coliseum
thing,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Did some of
Yeah.
that stuff.
I think
for
the
her,
last one has Sephiroth in it.
but
If I'm not
that's
mistaken.
where we're at now.
Oh
but
God, enjoy. But if she gets all the Keyblades and levels up all the way, it's nothing.
yeah, so that's where she's trying to go, and then I don't know if she'll play the card game or whatever it's attached to it. I think it's it's 1 the card game, 2, and then the rest are just cutscenes from other games.
Yeah, it's 1 card game, then the cutscene from the other games, and then 2, and then another game, then the cutscenes from another game.
Yeah.
So, and then you got 2.9
Yeah.
final chapter prologue.
Distant drop 8,000.
So many 30s.
But moving on. Pete Hawley is a former GM and vice president of Zynga.
Zynga.
He's been
Zynga.
He's been announced as the new president and CEO of Telltale Games.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What has he been doing this whole time?
I don't know.
Oh, am I getting this confused?
Wiggling
Is
his way
Zynga that old social platform?
That's Zynga.
That's Zynga.
Zynga
Okay.
was like, oh gosh, Words with Friends.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes more sense because I'm sitting here like my
all
sister had
those-
one of those in 2005.
All those. It's like all
Scrabble.
Scrabble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Words with Friends. All those games that everybody played, and you got.
Are we getting microtransactions in our Telltale game now?
You might.
Oh God.
No,
Pay
but
$5, sees what happens to this person on steroids.
the former CEO Dan Connors will move into an advisory role, but Hawley has had positions of leadership before at EA and Criterion.
Okay.
So
Criterion's doing Battlefront right now, aren't they? Yeah, I think they are. They used to do the
That's
Need
like-
for Speed.
yeah.
Now they're doing.
Motive.
They're working on some of Battlefront too. I looked that up the other day
Yeah.
because I thought they were the ones doing the new Need for Speed, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Because Criterion also did the Burnouts.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good studio.
Yeah. So I mean, the guy's got video game
credentials.
Yeah, credentials.
Maybe they'll create a new engine.
So yeah.
It doesn't crash all the time.
Yeah.
Or
But
say that I did things that I didn't.
most of the
Makes me so
most of
mad.
the like high app store download games he's been he's had his hands in, but it's a good move. I think Telltale needs kind of an update, like you said, interface wise, and I mean they're still fun games.
Yeah, they're okay. I don't
But
know.
we'll see how he does.
Haven't had the itch to play them lately.
And then the big thing that happened this week was Nintendo's Direct. They did a Nintendo Direct on Wednesday, the 12th, I believe. Yep. They gave us obviously some news, just some things that we're gonna just run through here, and then I guess we can talk about them afterwards. There's a Mario Odyssey Switch bundle. Includes the game,
Looks cool.
the console, red Joy-Cons, and an Odyssey themed carrying case, among others.
For
That's
$379 or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah, it's nice looking. I like those
Yeah.
Joy-Cons.
Pretty nice. They gave a release date for Xenoblade Chronicles, December 1st. They did say that Skyrim on the Switch will be released on November the 17th, along with the release of 2 Switch games that are kind of odd to be on a Switch to me. Doom coming holiday 2017 and Wolfenstein in 2018.
Yeah, Wolfenstein 2, the new one.
Which
that's shocking to me.
Is.
Do you think Doom's going to run at 60 frames per second?
Probably no.
Oh, it's going to look awful.
I would say
that is such a 30. Fast-paced game.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably running at 30.
It's probably playing at the lowest spec rating from a PC, maybe a little lower.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting.
Especially Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to make that any better upscaling-wise is just the screen.
Yeah, because it's 720p.
Yeah.
There's no way it's going to run at full HD on your screen.
No, I still think it's gonna. It'll probably run at 720 docked.
I think it'd be cool, but I don't know. I think Skyrim lends a little bit better to portable because it's customizing character. There's hours of play, but Doom's like a fast-paced shooter that's all about watching how pretty and gory it is. We'll see. It might be a great port. You never know.
It may be, but you've got heavy crowding in a lot of areas, and you've got a lot of sprites and rendering to do. I don't know, man. I'm kind of afraid of that.
One thing I was impressed by is I did see the 2K footage, and it's not like exact, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
like for what it is. So I don't know why EA is not able to port over their real game if they're going to be doing like the light version.
Yeah, because they're doing that with FIFA. FIFA's not getting half the stuff that the.
I was quite impressed. It looked better than the 360. So.
Yeah. Then they did announce a Kirby Switch game called Kirby All Stars, and they showed a little bit of it. It kind of looked like you were like, you know Kirby's main thing is sucking up the enemies, and so he's getting the enemies to kind of tag along with him and become his friends. It's like once he sucks them up, he can gain their powers.
Mimic.
He had like a Link sword, and it looked like he was doing like a PK fire with the Ness hat on. So. Looks interesting. Then they also did they did announce a 3DS title for Kirby, Kirby Battle Royale, which will come out January 19th next year.
Okay.
They gave some Pokemon Omega, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, whatever the new ones were, that nobody really enjoyed. I'm sure.
Just to put it bluntly,
I'm sure some people enjoyed them, but. There's a few that haven't. They gave a little bit of stuff about that, and then they announced a Pokemon-themed 2DS XL, which does look really cool.
It does look cool.
And then they also announced like a white and orange University of Tennessee Knoxville version. No, but it's the same color scheme, orange and white. It looks nice, but I'll just stick with the 3DS XL.
Yeah.
Unless something else comes out. But the price point of those are good.
Yeah, they are.
They did there was that game that looked really awesome but had the terrible name, that Project Octopath Traveler.
Yes.
That RPG. They did release a demo for that. I've downloaded it. I have not played it yet, but that game looked awesome.
Is that coming out this year?
I believe so. I think we were all in the chat watching it, and we
were like, "What?
Said, this game looks awesome." After it got done, and we saw the name, we just laughed.
Terrible.
Yeah, but game looks awesome. I want to play the demo. We'll let you know how it is.
Yeah.
But then they also they announced a Mario Party game, Mario Party: The Top 100 for 3DS, and what it is, it focuses on the top 100 mini games from the series.
Wow.
So you're going from Mario Party 1 to, what was the last one, 10?
10.
Yeah.
So you're getting the best 100 games from those titles. And you can play them. I don't know why you want to without the rest of the board and playing with like that, but it's a thing. And then Minecraft for the 3DS was announced. Minecraft just steamrolls everything. And then there's a MOBA for the Switch called Arena of Valor.
I saw that.
And I don't really care for MOBAs, but for some
neither.
people, that's what you like. It's what you like.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's just kind of a...
They also had Rocket League.
Yeah, did add Rocket League.
That's coming out this year. Kind of looked like doo-doo, not going to lie. I saw footage of it. I'm like, what is that? Like, that's not a graphic demanding game, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Doom's more graphically demanding than
Oh
that.
yeah, absolutely.
And I wonder if that was actual footage we were seeing of Doom
I
when they
don't
were
know.
showing it.
But
Man, they're supporting that 3DS hard. I
Those
figured they
handhelds
would have
are the-
stopped.
in Japan, I think that's why, because
Because that Mario thing would have been the Mario Party.
3 and 4 people in Japan have a 3DS. I think that's like a literal stat.
It's insane.
But
Minecraft will be huge on that. I feel.
yeah,
Yep.
That's one more market they haven't tapped into buy that game.
Yep. So I mean, Minecraft's just.
There you go, Microsoft. Good job.
Yep. That's pretty much all for the game news. We did have one kind of. I mean, it came out. We watched it. We won't spoil it yet, but
Super good.
it was a good movie.
That's probably one of my favorites of the year. I'm not gonna lie. The more
Really
I
good.
think about it, it was just so pleasantly surprising, and I think it's because it's a lot like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's like Stranger Things in movie form.
Yeah, it was a rated R Stranger Thing.
It's a rated R Stranger Things, but it's a horror movie that's not overwhelmingly horror.
Yeah.
Like there's some creepy elements, but you could still watch it. if you-
Pennywise.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Dude, Bill Skarsgård
yeah.
nailed it. So that's
He
all
did.
I'll say.
But-
It's worth watching if you haven't seen it.
Definitely. But I think probably the biggest news that came out was that they found somebody to direct episode 9 of Star Wars, and they're going back with JJ.
Lo and behold, here we go. I called that last week.
Yeah, you did. You said they'll probably go back to JJ. I thought they might stick with Ryan Johnson, but I don't really have a problem with it. I think JJ did okay with
It's
the
gonna
first
be Star
one.
Wars Into Darkness. Just watch.
Yeah,
That's not a good thing.
but I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I think
yeah, it'll be fine.
I think the other guy, I think it was Colin Trevorrow. He was, I think, having issues with Disney and their ways of, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
If you go any more towards this, you're gone. And he went a little bit towards over this, and he's gone. But
and they're not going to disagree with JJ. JJ can say
Yeah.
whatever he wants, and they'll do it.
Yeah. So I'm not too worried about it. They did move the release date back. It was May 24th of 2019. They've since moved it back to December 20th.
You knew they were going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, everything pushes that they own December. That's
Yeah.
all. That's.
And
I knew that would happen.
I think they were kind of going with. I think Marvel was also releasing the second part of the Thanos.
Yeah.
Infinity War
competing. They
movies.
would have ruled it, but.
Yeah, so they would have destroyed May, but now they're going to destroy May and December.
Well, they're going to run into Avatar, I feel. That's when Avatar comes out, right?
Yeah, but to be real, you probably want to go see Star Wars.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll find out after this next one.
Yeah, but it's pretty much all the news.
Awesome.
All the John news.
I like it.
Yeah.
No, there's some good
it's
stuff
good.
this week, especially all that Switch content. It's about time we're starting to see more games.
Yeah, I think next E3 area kind of that's when we're really going to see some big Switch titles.
Yeah, I think Switch is going to be worth buying probably about next year.
Yeah.
I still can't understand why Skyrim is coming out in November. That game's been out since 2012 or 2011 or whatever.
I also saw a stat the other day that Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2017 is the third most top-selling game of the year.
No way, still? Oh my god. So when Red Dead comes out, it's over.
Rockstar's just sitting
Oh,
there in the
God.
rake in the front line.
Oh, especially with the microtransactions in that game? I don't...
Because when did that come out? 14, 15?
That's 13.
2013.
It was 13?
Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah, I bought a...
Q3 or 4 2013.
that's a 4-year-old game that's still just raking in some dollars.
So good. I just can't believe it. But, yeah. Well, thanks for that news, Johnny.
No problem.
That's some
Yeah,
good
it's good,
stuff. You always bring the best of the best and recap it all, baby.
Sometimes.
What did you think of that, John News? Put it down in the comments below. Anyways, moving on to the next topic, which is actually Brandon's topic.
Ooh.
What up, dog? Good
What's
to
up,
have
brothers?
you back, bruh.
Yeah.
It's only been about a week, but it's good to see you.
It's still good to be back.
Good to
David.
have you back, yeah. We are... How many top 10s have we done? I don't know. We've done a bunch of these things. So
Yeah.
we are rolling now. This is your third
This is
top
my third top 10.
I love it.
Yep.
What do you got for us this week, brother?
So, brothers, the top 10 today is famous engineering disasters.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Brandon always brings the best ones. I feel like things that you don't expect and always learn something from it.
Always.
Oxymorons was the first.
Man, I was researching, and God, I did a lot of reading for this one, and most of it is actually really sad.
Oh, really?
But I decided, you know what, it's different, so I'm going to go forward with it anyway. But to preface the top 10, just so you guys know, this one's kind of a damper, but
awesome.
We'll still enjoy
I love dampers. Damper me this.
So the Chernobyl incident in 1986 is number 10 for me. An unexpected power surge during a systems test caused nuclear explosions when the reactors exploded. And to this day, that is still a condemned site because of the amount of radiation.
I wonder what the radius is of that.
I should have asked.
I mean, I've seen some stuff on it. I've seen people that go back there and like they hover drones over it. And so the radiation's still that strong?
Oh, it's still very much so present.
Oh God, that's insane. That's scary stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's doomsday stuff.
Oh, and they did. I should have added that in there, but they did a ground test for radiation. I mean, and it goes feet deep.
Oh my God.
Still.
So it basically went off like a nuclear bomb, right? Is that what happened? Okay.
Yeah.
That happened recently too, didn't it? I can't remember what it was. It was in Japan, I think. Not Japan.
Oh,
on the coast?
Yeah, it was one of the coasts. I don't know. I'll have to look it up sometime. But yeah, no, that's definitely one that you don't really learn about, to tell you the truth. I didn't hear about that growing up, and I found out about it as an adult. I'm like, this happened? Like, why don't they talk about this stuff? Especially if it happened, what you said, 86?
Yeah. 86.
I mean, that's pretty recent.
It was in Call of Duty, wasn't it? Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
That is where you went,
Chernobyl,
isn't it?
Yeah. They kind of mentioned it.
I also have a horror game called Chernobyl Shadows of something.
And wasn't there a movie, Chernobyl?
Oh, yeah, there was.
Chernobyl Project.
The Chernobyl Project.
I don't know if
I always wanted to see it, but it was one of those found footage films.
Yeah.
Wore those out in 2009.
Yeah.
Number 9 is the Space Shuttle Challenger incident in 1986.
86 was a bad year.
Yeah, it was not a good year for incidents. 73 seconds into the flight, the shuttle exploded, obviously killing all 7 astronauts. The root cause was a gasket failure that caused an explosion. The most horrific thing about this incident is it was broadcast live on national TV.
You literally just watch people get incinerated.
Yeah, and they literally, no bodies were recovered, no body parts. They literally disintegrated.
Oh, my God.
Because of the shuttle fuel.
Yeah.
Space, like getting into space is probably one of the most dangerous things on the planet. Like, I mean, they've got it down to pretty good science now, but even like, what is it? SpaceX, they've like blown up so many rockets just trying to get one up there to work right. So that's hate to hear that. Yeah, that's another thing I had to find out later in my life too. It's like maybe they talked about it. I just wasn't paying attention. I was a bad student, I guess.
They did that one in 9th grade. We had to do a report on that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Number 8 is the Hyatt Regency Hotel walkway collapse that occurred in 1981.
I've never heard this.
114 people in the lobby were crushed.
Oh, God.
There was multiple structural flaws, and the engineers were charged with gross negligence, and they permanently lost their structural engineering licenses. There were over 230 tests done, and they all failed for structural integrity.
Wow.
And they still let that fly?
The engineer that signed off on it hours before it collapsed and said, yes, it's good to go structurally, it's sound.
Oh, my God.
And it crushed 114 people in the lobby, 62 of which were children.
Could you imagine? Well, obviously, it'd be over probably pretty... Well, maybe it wasn't over really quick.
Oh, no, yeah, with beams that size. I mean, because that walkway was almost 200 feet.
Still, that's just
yeah. And that doesn't make it any better by any means, but yeah, and not that it's not bad that adults died, but the fact that so many children died is what kind of got me on that one. This is number 7. In 1944, there was the Cleveland, Ohio gas explosion.
Good old Cleveland.
Good old, bring in the rain. There were storage tanks holding liquefied natural gas, and they leaked into sewer lines. The mixture of the fumes from the sewer lines and the natural gas ignited, and the storage tanks killed 130 people in a 6-mile radius.
Cleveland has problems with those natural gases because I think it got into their river too, and their river was on fire one time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they were definitely a, what would you call that, industrial city or whatever, where they were
they're
mining and all that.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Number 6 is the Tacoma Narrows Bridge collapse in 1940. It was a suspension bridge in Washington State. At the time, it was the world's third longest bridge. It collapsed in 40-mile-an-hour winds due to aeroelastic flutter, which is the dynamic instability of an elastic structure. Again, that one was tested, and there were many engineering flaws, but it moved us forward into aeroelastic design and how we design suspension bridges today.
Are you guys terrified at all whenever you go across a bridge, like over a big body of water?
No.
Suspension bridges, yes.
Yeah, you just never know.
You don't.
Yeah,
I mean, there was one in Oklahoma one time, just it got real cold and it froze and it like broke. Or, I don't know, like right in the middle. And people were just driving off of it because it was snowing and they couldn't see. That kind of stuff terrifies me, man.
Yeah.
That's a long fall, too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's an unforgiving fall.
Yeah. Suspension bridges for sure. No, I don't like that crap.
No. Because you can't, even today, suspension bridges sway because you can't keep them from swaying.
They have one over there at, what is it, Lookout Mountain? Where you're like walking over that big old mountain area and it swings. I'm like, no, man, don't get near me. I have to I'm like pinned to both sides.
And then the kids are in there like shaking.
Yeah, they're like, this is fun.
Rocking it back and forth. Tony's like having a heart attack.
I'm like, kid, I'm gonna throw you over.
I will beat your child, man.
Ma'am, you want to see your kid fly?
Wow.
Superman.
Is number 1 on your list Tony throwing the child off the bridge?
It is that one. It's been replaced, but yes.
I did not do such things at Lookout Mountain. What if there was somebody that fell off our bridge? They're like, oh, we found this guy on the podcast. It's totally the one. We've been looking for him this whole time. He's total ginger.
He's a total ginger. Violet ginger on the loose. Number 5 in 1937, we all know is the Hindenburg blimp disaster.
That footage is horrifying, man.
Electrostatic discharge ignited the hydrogen blimp, basically creating a 15-ton hydrogen bomb.
Oh, God.
Obviously, it disintegrated all 36 passengers, and some of the people below, when it was trying to land in New Jersey, were also burnt. Nobody died, but there were several people that were burnt.
God. What do they use now? Obviously not hydrogen, right?
It's helium.
Helium?
Something. I would say, yeah.
Hot air or something. I don't know. That's rough, though.
Yeah, you're. At the time, it was a modern marvel, and you're like, hey, we're in a blimp.
We're in a blimp, yeah. That's luxury. They were up there eating dinner.
Yep.
And then it.
We're in a floating bomb.
No, that's why I don't do those things, man. I'm not a fan of heights and explosions.
No.
They don't mix well.
Number 4 in 1928 was the St. Francis Dam disaster. A concrete dam built between 1924 and 1926. It was designed to be a reservoir for Los Angeles. The dam failed again hours after inspection, creating a tsunami-like wave at 121 feet tall, and it crashed down into the town, killing all 600 residents.
My goodness.
Half of which they said were kids. It's known by many engineers even today as the world's most dangerous disaster of American engineering.
That's insane.
Because there were cracks in the dam, and the engineer signed off on the dam being structurally sound.
I'm just the type of person that if I don't feel 100% about something, I am not going to sign off on it.
Yep.
Maybe people just get obsessed with the idea of just oh, look at my John Hancock.
Well, you have lives at stake.
Yeah.
And
especially that. Like,
incidences.
Come on. Like, use your brain. Maybe the money got to him more than anything. He's like, if I don't sign off on this, I don't get paid. Even then, you're soulless.
Yeah, that's... Number 3 is 1912 disaster of the Titanic.
Ah, Jack and Rose.
Yep. Structural flaws in the rivets. There were 3 million steel rivets that held the Titanic together, but structural flaws caused buckling and ripped the ship open after hitting an iceberg. The rivets were actually made of low-quality iron.
Oh, God.
And half of the lifeboats were removed from the ship before departure to save fuel.
My goodness.
In turn, saving money. Cruising speed, they found the cruising speed to be too high for an area prone for iceberg activity. So there were many factors that went into the Titanic being a disaster.
That's insane. Is that common to take a cruise through iceberg territory?
That's a great question.
I'm curious as to why they would even do that.
I would assume so today because of the technology
some ships have
that we
like
have.
the ice pick. That's
Oh,
way
yeah,
out
that's
there, and
right.
it kind of cuts through it.
I don't know if I'd want to go through that area. Isn't it cold?
It's frigid.
That's how Jack died.
Damn it,
But he
Jack.
died because that idiot wouldn't scoot over.
It was cold water.
I'll never let go.
Number 2 was the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster in 2003. It disintegrated upon re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. During launch, a piece of foam insulation broke off and hit the left wing. This damaged multiple tiles that were designed to protect the shuttle from the tremendous amount of heat produced during re-entry. So, entry into the atmosphere, or entry into space, they were fine. That didn't affect it. Re-entry coming back down, it took less than 3 milliseconds for it to get so hot that the entire thing just disintegrated.
My goodness.
Literally disintegrated.
I remember seeing that one on TV.
Yeah, I do remember that one too.
That one was rough. And then again, there's another space one. Space is very dangerous. I don't know how long it would be. Even if, I guess you'd have to have the Falcon for me to be willing to go into space if we had the technology. Luckily, I don't think I'll have to worry about that in my lifetime.
No, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. Because that's what Elon Musk is trying to do, right? He's trying to get people, normal civilians, into space.
Colonize Mars, is it not?
Colonize Mars.
Oh, that's not far off. That's scary.
Yeah.
You guys want to go?
No. Some people signed up for that, man. They're just like, whatever. Like people with families, they're like, see ya. Kids have a good life. I'm going to Mars. This is once in a lifetime.
I think Elon Musk is also doing a 2-person shuttle, like around the globe.
Really?
Like you get shot into space and then you orbit and then come back down.
See, that would be the fast way of travel. If you're like, oh God, I got to get to Beijing in 2 hours. We're there. We made it.
Come down, swing, and
Yep.
And the number 1 was the steamboat Sultana in 1865.
Okay.
There was a faulty boiler that exploded, in turn causing an additional boiler to explode, killing 1,547 people on board.
God.
Now, this was during the Civil War, so there was overcrowding on board due to prisoner exchange. They were on their way to make a prisoner exchange, and that's why the death toll is so high. But the boat was made primarily of wood, reclaimed wood, which caused the entire boat to burn in less than 7 minutes.
That's quick.
It is, and it started up top, but the chamber locks were made of heavy steel, and so the steel got so hot that they couldn't get anybody out from down under, so they literally just sat and
My goodness. Insane, man. Is this kind of a passionate topic of yours? You like looking at stuff like that, or
I do, because
engineering?
I didn't up until a few years ago when I started with the company I'm at, and those guys, because they're all engineers, that's all they talk about. Is
Just,
engineering.
oh, this could screw up. This
Yeah,
could
the
screw
good
up.
and the bad. Why it's such a marvel, or why it was such a terrible idea. And so, I educated myself a little. Obviously, I'm not a structural engineer, but I've educated myself enough to at least have intelligible conversation.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting at work thinking, what could we do that's different?
Yeah.
And
I liked it. I mean, I'm not going to have a top 3 here. I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't know many. But
and that's okay.
This was the educational hour over here at Gamescon, and I liked it. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I didn't know about. It's actually quite awful, though.
That's why I wanted to preface
we
it.
rely so much on engineers and other people to do things that we think they're doing safe, and anything can go bad at any time.
It's really scary when you
just
think
never
about
know.
it.
Oh yeah, you never, and that's why I'm like, you don't like going across bridges because I don't know who built that thing.
And then you had that.
And roller coasters. You have a lot of those recently. Just things going wrong. And
That one in I think it was in Ohio again.
Yeah, the
Ohio. Terrible place to live. But
so true.
There was one of those machines that at a amusement park, that was spinning around, and one of it just unhooked from the
That's my
from the
worst
thing, and
nightmare.
it was like slinging people out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
One person died.
I think one person did die.
I'm surprised not more than one did,
Yeah,
because
they were pretty high up, and they were just slung out of it. And
they smacked the side of something too.
And then right before it, they said, "Yeah, we looked at it. Everything looked all right. Must not have
Except
looked
for that one
all right."
bolt, bro. Golly.
Well, and
So-
Disney is very quietly working on a roller coaster that you're literally held there by hypermagnets. That's one I won't ride.
No.
I don't care if you test it a million times. I'm not riding something
a
held
magnet
together
can
by
give out
magnets.
at any time, man.
Yep.
Scary stuff. Unless it is a Star Wars ride, then I will do it. That's fine. It's Star Wars.
Well, the
I
purpose
can go out.
I
Go
will die from Star Wars.
because it keeps you elevated, so you're not actually on the ground. You're suspended, but you're suspended by magnetism. No, that's
I feel like that could crush you too.
not for me. I would have to assume so, but I mean, how does weather affect that?
That's true.
Affect the pulling
You
between
never
the
know.
magnets and.
I don't know. Fascinating top 10, though. Thanks for bringing that to the table,
Yeah.
Brandon. I think next week we will have to do either Alan. You won't be here next week, right?
No, sir.
Okay, Alan, or maybe I can get Chris back over here, depending on what his schedule looks like. But somebody else will do a top 10 next week. I know it's not me because I just did mine. I don't even remember what mine was. Oh, snacks.
Yeah,
Snacks.
The chip aisle snacks.
Snacks.
What are your top 3, top 50, top 100, top whatever you want us to do? Engineering disasters. Put that in the comments below. If we missed one, just let us know. I'm sure there's some overseas and whatnot that we don't know about that just totally wrecks somebody. So
Yeah.
put that down there. But anyways, moving on to the next topic, which is a very important topic to the man sitting to my left and to the right of John. A man right in the middle.
Oh,
The man in the
wrong
middle.
right.
Oh. You're looking to the right on the screen.
Oh, hello.
My bad. Our left. Our left and right. Brando. This is Extra Life.
This is
Conversation
Absolutely.
time, baby.
Yep.
Last year we did Extra Life on a fluke, and literally on a Thursday it was like, "Hey guys, you want to do Extra Life Saturday?" Sure. And we didn't plan at all.
Nope, didn't know what we were getting into.
But we sure as hell made the most of it. We raised, I think, just over $500, maybe a little bit more. Ate a lot of hot peppers, Brandon included. Brandon, that was his first taste of game misconduct right there.
And that hot of a pepper.
And that hot of a pepper. And we were just like, you know what? You are such an amazing man. You should join the crew because you definitely helped us during that time. And since then, Brandon's just taken full speed ahead and said, I want to do Extra Life. I want to do this. And we're like, okay, Brando, this is your territory, bro.
PM it, buddy.
We're not planning it on a Thursday like Alan this time.
No.
I shout out to Alan for not doing any of the stretch goals too. Thanks, buddy. He's like, let's do
Don't
it.
eat that cake. I can't eat all that ice.
I can't have that. I will be bloated.
I'm not eating that pepper.
That pepper's too hot.
Damn
Okay.
it, Alan.
Let's touch on the pepper real quick before we start talking about Extra Life. We did, if you haven't seen it, maybe I'll put it in the description if I can think about it. The Carolina Reaper, and we had like two of them, I think, and we split them into enough pieces for 3 of us to have, because Brandon on the podcast is like, we're eating both of them. And I'm like, we were originally just going to split one pepper in 3. God, that was such a
thankful
miserable
nobody
night.
beat my ass for suggesting that afterwards. I don't think anybody had the strength to.
Well,
but
I think the pepper did the trick for us because I think it hit you probably the hardest.
It did.
Brandon's had stomach problems in the past, and it definitely hit him pretty hard. He was just like, I'm not good. I'm not good. And I'm like, I'm not good. My stomach was cramping. John was shaking.
I was down for 2 days, and my wife did not give a shit. She didn't. She was so pissed off.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that's what you get. Am I supposed to feel sorry? I'm like, well, a little sympathy would be good.
maybe
but-
something. Maybe
Yes,
give me a
please.
glass of milk. We didn't plan ahead either. We had no food in the house, no milk, any of that. We just.
Well, I tried to wash mine down with beer, and the oil from the pepper
shoot.
that spread like wildfire.
We stood in place for about 40 minutes because if you moved, it just shook your whole body. We
Yep.
just did not. We weren't ready for it. I don't know how some people like throw down 4 of those things.
Or the big ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you
the
know?
big juicy plumpy ones. Because you smell that thing, it burns your nose. I almost
Yeah.
sneezed. So needless to say, we're not doing peppers this year. I know
No.
everybody. That was the one thing that got everybody to start donating. I'd jump on Facebook Live and be like, "I'm gonna eat this pepper if we get $50," and 3 people would donate $50. So the kind of, I guess, the purpose of this talk here is just kind of get people ready for Extra Life and also talk about what we think we should do for our stretch goals this year. I don't know if you guys had anything in mind, and also this is open conversation. Anybody that watches this this podcast or this part of the podcast, Danny, you included, if you want to suggest some things that we could do for stretch goals. Now, a stretch goal, for those that don't know, is if we get to $100, we do this. If we get to $200, we do this, and vice versa. Ultimately, leading up to a goal, I think we probably should set our goal on this, what we think is realistic in terms of our output. I think it's going to be bigger than last year because how many subscribers did we have this time last year?
Like 40.
40,
If that.
40, and we put up $500. Now a
Yeah.
lot of that was our friends and family, but I think we could pull in just as much, if not more, this year if we plan it right. So, what do you think, Brandon? I mean, where has your mind been in this whole thing?
So, I have a few of them. The paintball gun.
Ah, yes, paintball.
Getting
Pain
shot
is always
shirtless
a good.
with the paintball gun, not with a shirt on, shirtless.
Shirtless.
One of mine is, I would like to do, and I'll do it, a seafood shake. So nothing but seafood, and then the liquid is chicken broth. Different kinds of seafood.
We have a fruit ninja downstairs.
Yep, I know.
Maybe we can put it on the table. One plus we have here is we do have the interchangeable sets now. Before we were just here and all the screens, and we'd have to tear it up. So it's going to be as easy as switching from games over there to the set over here. So maybe we could just post up a lot of the various items on the table.
I'm good with
and
that.
maybe have them labeled like this is 100, 200, etc. And then as we work our way through them, eliminate them and bring more stuff onto the table. I don't know. You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I
Okay.
like that idea a lot.
Because all I have to do is hit the HDMI switch and we can come through this on the live stream. Where do we think we should stream this year? YouTube or Twitch? I know Twitch is the main sponsor of the thing.
Mixer.
Brought to you by Microsoft. I know a lot of our fan base, though, is on YouTube, and I feel like if we were streaming all day on YouTube, a lot more people would probably show up because they see we'd be live all day. That's just me.
Yeah, we can stream on YouTube.
You think YouTube's a good spot?
That's, for us, I think that's because we don't really have a Twitch presence.
Yeah, we don't. We have a page, but we never update it.
Yeah, and for all of our loyal following fans, I think YouTube's the best place to do it. Because if people are going to donate, they're going to donate. And if they just want to watch, then great.
Yeah, that's true. I will say last year we kept changing the title, and every time you change the title on YouTube, it gives you a different link. So I think we need to leave the title the same and
Extra
just
life.
change the game, because I had a lot of people text me like, where's the stream at? So we will keep the same stream hopefully up all day. Now, if we come offline, we'll do our best to repost it to our social medias and all that. And we got a lot bigger team this time around. We'll obviously have shifts and whatnot, but there's definitely that grind moment, which happens probably about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that's when it just switches over from a donation to
power through
this. Now, Danny, I'm sure will ride with us through the whole thing. Probably be playing with us the whole time. What kind of games do you think we should play this go around? I know you talked about Call of Duty World War II will be out at that time.
It'll be fresh.
Do you have anything you want to play, Brando? Or
Maybe some COD, maybe some Crucible and Destiny.
should we do our raid live on the air? That'd be a lot of. We'd only have one perspective, I feel.
Yeah.
That'd be a little hard to do. But yeah, we can get some Destiny in there. I'm sure it'll be still pretty big at that time.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed will be out.
Some of the party games would be good.
Yeah, we had fun with that last year, especially with the Mario Party.
Yep.
The only problem I have is that green screen space is a little hard to do the party stuff, so we'd have to, we'd probably just have to move it over here for some of the stuff. I know we want to just have this as the main table, but for party games, we could set up a monitor underneath there, and it's as easy as pulling a HDMI switch and moving it over. So, party games, all the fun stuff, seafood shakes, paintball guns. We're gonna have a meeting. We're gonna get all the specifics out, but this is just to get people ready, because I mean this is for a good cause.
Yeah. If the price is right, we'll shave the beard down to nothing on stream.
Yes, the beard will go down to nothing, and I feel like we should have a head stretch goal too. I talked about this last year. We never got to it, obviously, but if we get a ridiculous amount of money, I think we should do it for the kids, man. I go buzz cut for that. I mean, he's already buzz cut, so he wouldn't have to do much.
I'll go razor cut.
You go razor. You get to give the razor cuts.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm good with
One
that.
thing the girls talked about, Liz and Alexandra, because they will be here, talked about makeup.
Okay.
Certain parts of the stream, one of us has to get makeup and wear it for the rest of the night.
I love that idea.
We also talked about
normal
Johnny's gorilla suit at one point. That's very uncomfortable, but you can make donations for certain people to have to wear the gorilla suit. It should be like a tier, maybe $50. Hey, $50, Tony has to wear it for an hour.
And it's so hot in there.
And it's so hot. And so somebody can keep getting screwed, basically, for if somebody keeps throwing in $50, somebody could be wearing the gorilla suit. For my vote is Alan. That'll be. Yeah, I'm gonna be donating $50 to keep.
I'll just keep hitting it every hour.
$50. Maybe we'll make it less than that. 25, 20.
Yeah.
$50 is a little steep.
There's also some. This one's not as bad, but there's they have chocolate or candy coated bugs,
Oh yes, there you go.
and you can eat. I mean, it's not as bad, but maybe.
See, these are the
maybe a
things
couple
we
things like
needed last year because all we had was peppers. And
Yeah.
Man, was it peppers and cookie cake?
Yeah,
Are you going to partake in a dessert this year?
I will, as long as it's not that much icing. That was so bad.
I think we need to get on Amazon and get some foreign foods. Like some gross Russian foods, some gross Japanese foods, some gross Korean foods. And make those stretch goals too.
That's true. You know who was really good motivation for that is Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah.
They do some nasty stuff, like in terms of stuff that they'll eat.
Squid ink.
Oh,
treats
just
and
gross items. And I'm fine with that. As long as it doesn't involve like moldy cheese, I won't do moldy cheese.
Yeah,
I won't do moldy cheese, and I won't do the life straw thing with pee that they did. Did you see that one? Where they peed in the cups and it came out tasting like regular water.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it filters it.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, these are some good items. We're gonna get them all written down. We're gonna list them for you when that time comes. I think it's November 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Brandon's taking this and making it his own. This is his day. We're gonna all be there. Obviously, it's for game misconduct, but this is a big deal for him. We're doing Monroe Carroll Junior
Monroe
Children's
Carroll Jr.
Hospital. That's what we did last year, and it's very special. Very special place in our heart. Mm-hmm. So just for personal reasons and all that. So it's really for a good cause, and we're not doing this for our own benefit. I've even said, like, the last thing I want to do is gain followers from this. I just want to do this for the kids. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Even
we're not
if you
trying
don't
to
subscribe, just watch. If you feel like it, donate. If you don't, watch for the laughs.
Yep. It's gonna be a good time. I mean, we're gonna take the following Monday, maybe the Tuesday off because that's how much we're gonna put into this.
Yeah.
Last year it just wrecked us. You gotta stay up for 24 hours, and having to go back to work on Monday is rough. But
yeah,
we're gonna take that day off. I know John and I are. So we're willing to have a good time and do some crazy stuff. And Alan will be asleep by 11:30. So keep on the lookout. We're going to be plugging it like crazy. I'll probably be plugging it on the podcast, Foreign Film Friday, from this week forward. I gotta remember to do that. So, and we'll get with you guys when you're doing your Let's Plays as well, because we're going to record some new ones here pretty soon. We got to make sure that we touch on that. And the stream. The stream's another big proponent because we do release that weekly as a separate video. Mm-hmm. So, got to make sure we talk about that probably at the beginning and the end of each thing.
Yeah.
Because that's the best time to get it in people's face. So, but we're going to be here on YouTube at our home
for 24 hours.
For 24 hours. You ready? I know Brandon's ready.
Hours.
I only got to be here for 8 last time and it crushed me, so I'm ready to be here all
24 hours. So your wife ready?
Yep.
We'll find out. Yeah, it's definitely an investment, but it's for all the right reasons. It's not like we're doing it we're having a good time, but it's not like we're doing it just to be selfish or anything and just spend time away from our SOs. But it's a good thing. I'm excited. We're ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get the other boys on. I'm sure I can get Chris here. Chris is all willing to help as well. So the more people, the better, in my opinion, because that's more resources for reaching out to their people to get donations. It's not. None of it goes to us. Not a single penny goes to
100%
us.
100% of it goes to.
The way it's set up is perfect too. It's a separate link. And it goes to Extra Life. So you're not even giving it to us to give to them. It's going to just them. And you can use PayPal. You can use credit card. You can use all that. They make it super easy. It's not a sketch thing. It's super secure. I know because I did donations last year. So, and I will donate this year as well. I'm ready for it.
Yep.
I'm ready for it. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have, I feel. Unless you guys have anything else you want to add.
That's it.
Do you have? You're good?
Yep.
All right. Well, this has been the Game Misconduct Podcast. If you didn't know, it's available on all podcasting websites with the exception of Spotify. You can also watch it in video form over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GameMisconduct. We release it Monday through Wednesday, parts 1 through 3, and then the full video form on Thursday. Sometimes we stream. We might be streaming again this Friday, so keep on the lookout. We do that from 7 p.m. Central to 9:30 p.m. Central. Also, we're over on our social medias. John runs that. It's at Gamer Misconduct over on Twitter.
Yeah, that's it.
And his handle is Johnny Pickles 89. hey man, I know them now.
That's it.
This one's the Igloo, spelled with a 3 instead of an E.
That's true.
That's leet speak. And mine is Tony Crosno, with the other boys in the description below. But with that said, this has been the Games Conduct Podcast, episode number 49. I know, guys.
49.
We're almost to 52. That means we've been doing it for a whole year. That's some commitment, week after week. I looked at that today, and I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, God.
I don't know if we've ever taken a week off of it, have we?
No, we haven't. We've never, because the old Games Conduct would. We were like, we're just not releasing anything. We've even prepped to the point where we've double podcasted because I was out of town, or
that's true.
somebody else was. So we've been hitting it for almost a full year, man. That's pretty legendary right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
We'll have to stamp it.
Yeah, we'll make the 52 a little bit of a special one.
Yeah.
We'll reflect on some. Maybe we can go back and listen to our first one and then talk about it for a topic. See how far we've come.
Yeah.
I'm not talking zero, because zero's a podcast, but that's really, we did that just to practice.
Yeah.
It was the first time we sat down. But I'm talking number 1. That was the first kind of we didn't even have John News at that point. We just talked about topics.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We're almost there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.